Good morning, everyone. Welcome out to the 8th Krimson Pokemon Showdown Tournament. That is right, everyone. We are here at the 8th tournament for the KPST. I'm so excited to be doing this for you all. I'm really excited that everyone who's in here, who's watching, it's going to be a fun time, everyone. And now, without further ado, let us get our opening ceremony started, and then we will start this tournament.
Don't make me laugh at all sports. Living with the days gone by. The way to take back. Pray that with peace is your worth. It's all over.いつまでも忘れられないけど Now it's too late.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to the tournament. I'm your host, KrimsonKreamer, and welcome out to the 8th KPST tournament. I'm so glad to have everyone here. Thank you guys so much for coming through, and thank you guys so much for those of you who are participating in the tournament. It does mean a lot to me that you do come out and play. Thank you guys so much. But yes, as of right now, the competitors that we have, because unfortunately, some of them didn't make it, which I don't understand if they didn't see the times, which really sucks. But anyway, guys, the competitors that we have for today is Blazing Torchic YouTube, King Angel 22, Deathly Creeper, doing the Jukes, Draco Fair 31, Talos Knight, and Uptown Hat. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's one person that hasn't messaged me yet. And I believe that is Jukes. But hello, everyone. Welcome out. I really do appreciate it. And also, I'm very sorry if my voice sounds very off. I'm still getting over being sick, but we're still going to be out here doing the stuff. And it's going to be a good time, and I appreciate everyone who came out, and I feel really bad for those who couldn't make it out. It really sucks. But anyway, guys, let us get started with this tournament. Now, remember, for those of us playing in the tournament, remember that it is in the NU tier of Gen 7, and you can only have the one team throughout the whole match. You could still change up your movesets and stuff. But yeah, well, it would have started today anyway. You would have had to been quick on it. But anyway, my dudes, let us get started with this tournament, with the first round being King Angel versus Deathly Creeper. And let me just get these people to get their challenges set up. Angel, it says that you're offline, dude. Alrighty. Here we are underway with the first round of the KPST, my dudes. And that is King Angel 22 versus Deathly Creeper. Deathly Creeper. There we go. Oh boy. Here we are with Deathly Creeper sending out Semitoad and King Angel sending out Zatu. Goes for the Psychic. Both Pokemon are still in right now. Oh, but the Zatu is poisoned. The Psychic comes in and kills the Semitoad, but the poison also kills the Zatu, knocking out both Pokemon in turn 3. Out comes the Aerodactyl. And in comes the Garbodor. Very interesting choices. The Earthquake comes through on the Aerodactyl but doesn't kill, but the Toxic Spike set up from the Garbodor is now on King Angel's side of the field. Another Earthquake comes through, kills the Garbodor, and now King Angel is ahead 2-1, but does have one Spike up on his field, so anything that he sends in that is not a flying type or has an air balloon will be poisoned. Out comes the Pansimian. And in comes his own Garbodor to take up the Toxic Spikes. Treyas, there will be an announcement for the next tournament. If you are a part of the community and subscribe to the channel, you will be notified. I cannot give you a direct answer right now. Sends back out the Aerodactyl. Goes for the U-turn with the Pansimian. In comes the Comfey. Alrighty, the Petal Blizzard comes through on the Comfey, hitting the Aerodactyl. Goes for Synthesis to heal up. The Stone Edge comes through, does 60% damage. Keeps on going for Synthesis. Ooh, the Stone Edge misses, giving him the edge that he needed. In comes the Delmise, takes the Petal Blizzard, doesn't do any damage because it is a Grass type. Goes for Dazzling Gleam, doesn't do as much damage there. The Heavy Slant comes in, kills the Comfey, keeping King Angel to a 3-1 lead. Out comes the Incineroar. Not Intimidate Incineroar, surprisingly. Switches into the Vaporeon, goes for Acrobatics, does very little damage to the Vaporeon. Switches out into the Pansimian, goes for Skull, does 36% damage, doesn't get the burn off, and then heals from the leftovers. Goes for the Toxic on the Vaporeon, and the Toxic on the Pansimian as well. Both Pokemon are now going to be affected by the Toxic. Goes for Protect. The Scald comes through, does not hit the Pansimian. And both Pokemon are now taking toxic damage. King Angel switches out to Garbodor. The Hidden Power comes through, only does 6% damage and is still taking increasing toxic damage. Goes for Spikes just for a good measure on his side of the field. Gets hit with the Rocky Helmet from the Garbodor. Switches out into Steelix. Takes 12% damage from the Spikes, heals from the leftovers. Those are Stomping Tantrum. Not really that effective. But out comes the Stealth Rocks late game. Alright, the Delmise comes in, takes 13% damage. Goes for Aqua Tail. Goes for Protect. Hits the Power Whip, misses because of the Protect. And Steelix is still in this. Goes for the Z-Power move on the Incineroar. Does 54% damage. In comes the Vaporeon. Gets hit with the Acrobatics again. Switches out to the Pansimian, but the Pansimian dies from the spikes. Things are not looking good for Deathly Creeper right now. Incineroar comes back out, takes the skull damage, faints, and this seems like it could be the end for Deathly Creeper right now, putting him down in the losers. Steelix goes for the Protect, lives the Scold, trying to get his health back up, and trying to outplay this, this Scald comes through, the Aqua Tail. Very poor plays were made by Deathly Creeper in this first round. The Toxic comes through, kills the Vaporeon. The Aerodactyl takes damage from the Stealth Rocks, but I feel like this is what's all going to be wrote right here. And that's going to be game one right here of the KPST. King Angel beats Deathly Creeper. by a landslide. Ay. I'm so sorry for that. But yes, up next, it's going to be Doing the Jukes versus Draco Frey. You guys are already in a thing? Alright. Don't... Jesus Christ, Alrighty, here we are at round 1. Was not ready for that. Threw me way off. Alright, the Incineroar goes for the fake out, gets the flinch off on the garter. Very strange that he has a garter. Goes for the U-turn. Switches out to Miss Magius. The garter goes for bulk up. Switches into the Malamar. Takes 35% damage from the Shadow Ball. Goes for another Shadow Ball. Does 36 damage. Goes for Dark Pulse. Doesn't kill, but very close because it was a critical hit. Shadow Ball comes in, kills the Malamar. But both Pokemon go down, thus making it 1-1 on both sides of the field. Out comes the Blastoise, and then the Skuntank. Skuntank goes for the Taunt. And the Shelbert goes for the Rapid Spin. And unfortunately, this is not Gen 8, so the Rapid Spin does not give him a speed increase. Goes for Crunch. Lowers its defense. Goes for the Z-Power move. Goes for Hydro Vortex, knocking him down to 27% health. Goes for Sucker Punch. Does a lot of damage, but unfortunately does faint due to the Surf. Out comes Garter again. Switches out into a Gallade. Goes for Bulk Up again. Switches out into Armaldo. Goes for Psycho Cut. Does about 25% damage. Goes for the knockoff. Knocks off the Choice Scarf on the Gallade. Goes for Close Combat, knocking out the Armaldo. Losing his defensive stats in the act of doing so. But now out comes the Zangoose, which does have type disadvantage over the Gallade. Faints, and out comes the Garter again. Goes for Psycho Cut, lands the critical hit. Goes for Ice Punch, kills the Gallade. The Intimidate comes in, goes for Fake Out, keeps him on 1% health. So close to knocking out. The Audino comes in, goes for U-turn. Switches out into the Galele. Goes for the Taunt against the Audino. Does not get the Wish off. Plays are being made by Jukes. Mega Evolves as well. Gets Iron Head super effective. Knockoff comes through. Does not really work. Iron Head comes through. Knockoff comes through again, but not really working. Because it's a Mega Stone. Can't knock that off. Iron Head one more time. Knocks out the Audino. In comes the Garter. And I believe this is what all gonna be. Mach Punch comes through. Doesn't kill. And then the Iron Head comes through and knocks out the Garter. And that's going to be game 2 of the KPST. With Jukes moving on to round 2. Putting Draco down into losers. Alrighty, now up next is we have Talos versus Uptown Hat. Which one is it? Is this one? Alright. 2 matches up. Alright, here we are at the last round of round 1. Out comes the Aggron and the Xatu. Very intimidating mods. The Toxic comes through. Does not poison because it is a steel type. Luckily, plays were made and RNG was on his side, but the head smash comes through, knocking down the Xatu, thus giving Talos the 1-0 lead. The Aerodactyl comes out. Switches out into the Minior. Earthquake comes through. The plays were made and does not get affected by the Earthquake. Switches out into Blastoise. The Shell Smash comes through on Talos, increasing his attack and speed, and then uses the White Herb to heal himself. Goes for the Scald, kills the Minior with a Scald. Great plays, great plays. Out comes the Hitmontop, gets the Intimidate off. Goes for close combat, knocks down the Blastoise. Out comes the Aerodactyl. Goes for Crunch. Doesn't really do anything. The Toxic comes through. His best bet would probably go to go into a flying move rather than a dark move. That's not going to be effective. Because the Aerodactyl does outspeed. Goes for Crunch again. The close pocket comes through, almost killing the Aerodactyl. Alright, out comes the Obama Snow. Mega evolves. Goes for close combat. Kills the Obama Snow. Out comes the Typhlosion. Switches into Semitoad. Gets hit with the Extra Century. Loses health from the Life Orb. And the Hail is coming through as well. Hidden Power comes through. Knocks out the Semitoad. That is 2 down on Talos' side, while Uptown Hat is down 4 Mons. In comes the Miss Magius. The Hex comes through, knocking out the Typhlosion. Out comes the Palossand, the last Mon on his side of the field. Goes for Shadow Ball, kills the Aggron. Out comes the Hitmontop. And Blazing Torchic, I honestly don't know if we can, because depending on which round is in the losers next, it might even just be your round which is next. Goes for the Mach Punch, is immune. Gets hit with the Earth Power. And now Palossand is sitting here with Toxic power building up. Gets hit with the Hex, unfortunately, and does get knocked out. And that is going to put Uptown Hat in losers, and and Talos will move on into the next round. Alright, we can do losers round 1 right now. But after that Blazing Torchic, it's... gotta be back fast, man. Because this is going to hold up the tournament. I could try to get everything else done out of the way, but... Alright. Let's do losers first. Let's get the losers round 1 out of the way before I move on to more main event stuff. Because if we do losers round 1, that'll go here. Then winners round 2 will go here, and we can make everything move on. So yeah, we're gonna do Uptown Hat versus Draco. Alrighty, here we are in round 1 of losers. Remember, whoever loses here is going to be fully eliminated from the tournament. Right now, we are looking at Uptown Hat and Draco. Out comes the Aerodactyl, and in comes the Skunk Tank. Goes for the Sucker Punch. Goes for the Double Edge. Takes recoil damage. This might be it for the Aerodactyl, though, because if the Sucker Punch comes through again, it's going to kill. Yes, and there it is, the Sucker Punch. The Sucker Punch comes through, kills the Aerodactyl. Alright, out comes the Palisand. Tries to go for a Sucker Punch, does not go in the way that he planned. Sucker Punch is not coming through. Tries to poison. A poison type does not work in his favor. Yo, Extreme Phantom. Nick, my dude. How's it going? Alrighty. The Crunch comes through, kills the Palisand, knocking it out, giving Draco the 2-0 lead. Alright, out comes the Xatu. Misses with a Sucker Punch, goes for Rain Dance. Keeps on going for Sucker Punch, setting up on his side of the field. Goes for U-turn, the turn that he does not go for Sucker Punch. Goes out in the Blastoise, takes the crunch damage. But you know, Blastoise is going to be a beast. Goes for the crunch again. Aqua Ring comes through on the Blastoise. This Blastoise looks like he's going to stall for time. And that is perfectly fine. Goes for crunch one more time. Lowers the defense. Goes for Scald. Doesn't kill, but does get the burn off, thus making his physical attacks halfened. Smart plays by Uptown Hat. Even though he is down 2 Pokemon, the man is still pulling through the wins. Goes for Protect. Keeps on getting healed from the Aqua Ring and the life leftovers. While the Skunk Tank isn't really taking as much damage as it would, because the burn is up and it has leftovers as well. But the Scald comes through and kills the Skunk Tank, thus giving Uptown Hat a point on the board. In comes the Garter. Trying to be a savage. Goes for Yawn. Makes him drowsy. Goes for the Bulk Up. Blastoise is still healing. Goes for the Mach Punch. Knocks him down to 50% health. Lands the Skull. Lands the Burn, which is actually counterintuitive to the plan that he had. He was going to try to put him to sleep, but then the burn goes off anyway. So, that's either a good thing or a bad thing. He does lose most of his attack, though, because of the burn. But on the other side is that his defense is up, but he is fighting a special Blastoise. So it kind of matches itself out. But RNG It's wherever it wants to be right now, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Oh no. This garter has guts. So if anything, the burn is actually helping him. Yes, you are allowed to change movesets and items, but not the Pokemon. The Mach Punch comes through. Doesn't kill the Blastoise, but the Scald will kill the Garter, thus making this now a 2-2 match. Uptown Hat seemingly at a disadvantage at the beginning of this match and now is making a comeback. And these are some great plays being made. The Night Slash comes through, doesn't kill the Blastoise. The Blastoise goes for Yawn to try to put this man to sleep. But the Toxic Orb comes out. And the Zangoose is now going to get a boost from the Toxic. The Protect comes through, goes for Facade, doesn't get the hit because of the Protect. He's going to try to heal as much as he can. The Quick Attack comes through, kills the Blastoise. But now the Zangoose, keep in mind, is on a timer because even though he does have the Toxic Boost, he is not immune to the Toxic. Therefore, he will constantly be taking damage. In comes the Night Slash. Doesn't kill the Xatu. Goes for the U-turn to switch out from the Xatu. What is he going to switch into? He switches into Typhlosion. Interesting play. Interesting play. Goes for Burn Up, which is now makes him all burnt out and makes him not have any typing whatsoever. So now the Typhlosion is just nothing. He's not going to get stab on anything unless maybe he switches out. Is a powerful move, Burn Up. And that was a crit too, but honestly, I don't even think it needed a crit. Goes for Work Up, increases his attack and special attack. Goes for Superpower, knocks him down to 41%, increases his attack and defense. Goes for Hyper Beam, gets off another Superpower, and the Malamar is now 2 times attack and 2 times defense. The Obama Snow comes in with the Hail. Mega Evolves, goes for the Superpower, kills the Obama Snow. The Malamar is now looking pretty. Goes for Pain Split, but that's not going to be enough because Superpower is going to come through and kill the Xatu. And that right there is going to be game number 1 in Losers Round 1. And with that, Uptown Hat is unfortunately out of the tournament. Congratulations, my dude, for playing. I really do appreciate it. But unfortunately, like I said, you are out of the tournament. But thank you so much for playing. I really do appreciate it. Alrighty. And with that, we're going to go back to the normal bracket. What I was expecting, GG all. Blazing Torchic, are you able to come back yet? Because if you can, then we can move on to your match. Shove them into your mouth. Are we serious? King Angel. Alrighty, well. Unfortunately, I mean... Hold on, first I'm going to do this because you got to make everyone see what we're looking at. I mean, King Angel, everyone wants you to try, my dude. Alrighty. This man is not going to give up on us now. Although I do have to say, what are you doing at a water park in the middle of November? But... Alright. Here we are. With King Angel versus Blazing Torchic. Goes for Thunderbolt, knocking out the Xatu. Round 1. Ooh. Blazing Torchic is making the plays right now, my dudes. The spikes are set up on both sides of the field. Out comes the Vaporeon. Goes for Earth Power. Doesn't do enough to kill the Vaporeon. Switches out into Abomasnow. Goes for Scald. Resists. Doesn't get the burn off. Unfortunately. Switches out into Garbodor again. Mega Evolves. Goes for Energy Ball. Resists it. Plays are being made on both sides of the field right now, my dudes. The Eternal comes out, goes for Gunk Shot again. Is immune to the poison. Out comes back the Vaporeon. Goes for Crunch. Which is into the Heliodisc. Goes for the Scald. Immune because of the dry skin. Switches out into the Delmise. Gets hit with the Volt Switch. It is resisted. And out comes our boy Typhlosion. Switches out into the Aerodactyl. Goes for Burn Up. Resists it. But now becomes no typing. The Stone Edge comes through. Misses. Brick Break comes through. Doesn't kill. Stone Edge comes through. Kills 100%. Alright, up now is the... Goes for Stone Edge again. Gets it down to 6%. Oh my god. King Angel is down 2-1. But could easily make a comeback. Out comes Hell to Pay. Goes for the Balloon. Goes for Scald. Gets hit with the Dry Skin. This man, Blazing Torchic, is making plays that no one has seen in any of the practice tournaments. This man is definitely a threat in this tournament, my dudes. Pansimian comes out, gets hit with the Thunderbolt, brings it down to 36%, goes for Close Combat, killing the Heliodisc, popping the Balloon, lowering his defenses on the Pansimian side. Out comes Big Back, the Abomasnow. It is Mega Evolved, keep that in mind. Ice Shard comes through, doesn't have enough to kill. Brick Break comes through again, thus giving King Angel the 3-2 lead. But this might be it for Pansimian. Comes in Close Combat, takes another kill down before going down himself. The Garbodor comes through, and the Vivian comes through as well. Goes for Sleep Powder, puts the Garbodor to sleep. Both of them are getting hit by the hail. Switches out into the Vaporeon. Goes for Quiver Dance, which is a smart move to go for. Everything is still getting hit by the hail. Goes for Hurricane. Doesn't kill the Vaporeon, but it does confuse it. Goes for the Toxic, lands the Toxic, and the hail is out. Thus keeping the Vaporeon. Goes for Protect. Goes for Bug Buzz. Misses because of the Protect. It's a very close battle, folks. Switches out into the Garbodor, which is still asleep, by the way. Goes for Hurricane. Knocks out the Garbodor, which probably wasn't the best play to go for. Delmise comes in. Misses the Hurricane. Goes for the Rapid Spin, getting rid of the spikes. Did I miss like half the match? This is a close one. The Drain Punch comes through. The Scald comes in. King Angel barely pulling out a win. That was an exciting game. So close. King Angel was down, but then pulls through. Blazing Torchic also put up a really good fight, as you saw, was making the reads and the plays throughout that whole match. But, however, there can only be one king, and that is Angel. And that puts Blazing Torchic down in the losers. And with that, we will now move into round 6 Round 2, match number 6 of the normal bracket. And that is going to be Jukes versus Talos. Alrighty, here we are with Jukes versus Talos. I'm going to switch sides of the field. Goes for the U-turn with the Simpsonill. Switches out in the Blastoise, takes the head smash, but it kills the Blastoise anyway. This Aggron is bulky as fook. In comes the Gallade, which does have type advantage over the Aggron. Switches out in the Hitmontop, taking the Intimidate. Goes for close combat, knocks him down to 32%. Switches out into the Mismagius. It is immune to the fighting type, which does put Jukes at a disadvantage. He now has to switch out into something else. Goes into Incineroar. Goes for the Intimidate. The Will-O-Wisp comes through. Plays were made, my dudes! In comes the Hitmontop with his own Intimidate. Goes for Darkness Lariat. Brings out his own Mismagius, going for the same move that was just used on him a couple moves ago. Goes for the Z-Power Never Ending Nightmare to kill the Hitmontop. In comes the Battletoad, the Semi-Toad. In comes the Gallade, takes the Toxic. Goes for Leaf Blade, killing the Battletoad, the Semi-Toad. Which is a smart play because now everything on his side of the field can be hit with Leaf Blade. Goes for Hex, thus killing the Gallade. In comes the Incineroar. Switches out into Excelgor. Switches out into Chimeco using U-turn. Goes for Focus Blast. Doesn't kill. Hits, but gets hit with the Sash. Goes for U-turn itself again. Switches out into the Mismagius one more time. It is true. We are at a 4-4 tie right now, folks. But any type of move could change the effect of the battle right now. Anything can happen. As we saw last match with King Angel. Sets up the spikes mid-game. Bold strategy to go for. But probably also the smartest one to go for as well. So now anything he goes for is going to take a damage when it comes in. Goes for the Shell Smash. Does the acrobatics. And this actually might be game right here for Jukes. That one spike on his side of the field is going to solidify the win for Talos, maybe. Goes for the Intimidate, goes for Fake Out. Doesn't necessarily kill it. Goes for Power Gem, that kills the Incineroar. The Galale comes out. This could be game right here. Power Gem comes through, killing the Galale. And that is going to be it for Jukes. He's going to be moving into loser's bracket. GG, everyone here. What up, Bepsty Clayton? How's it going? And with that, Talos is going to move up. Yo, what up, Shadow Black, my dude? Alrighty. And now, everyone, we are going to move into semifinals of the normal bracket. And then from there, we will move on to losers to see who will then take on the winner in finals. So right now, we have King Angel versus Talos Knight. The classic matchup of the King and the Knight taking each other on. Who will come out on top? Will the King reign supreme, or will the Knight triumph over all? We will have to see. And Mr. Ganello joined the stream, homie. Thank you so much, Shadow Black. I really do appreciate that, my dude. Make sure everyone has each other's names. Boo da boo boo. No, no. No, Angel. No, Angel. This can't be. Ah, no, we're good. Whew. Alrighty, here we are. With King Angel versus Talos Knight. This is going to be a great semifinals match right here, my dudes. First, we see the Aggron, as we have all known and loved. And the Xatu itself comes out, goes for Grass Knot, does 40% damage. Head Smash comes through, kills the Xatu. But it brings him down to 44% health. Royale battle, Nani. Switches out into the Hitmontop, taking the Intimidate. Goes, but has Defiant and increases his attack in the end. Brings him down to 4%. Smart plays were made right there. Close combat coming through. Oh no, this puts him in a situation where he has to switch out now. Goes for the Will-O-Wisp, misses the Will-O-Wisp. RNG is not on Talos' side. Stone Edge comes through, misses. The Will-O-Wisp comes through. Lands. I was spoken wrong. The Aerodactyl is down. And that gives Talos a 2-1 lead. Energy Ball comes through, knocks it down to 46%. Toxic comes through, poisons the Mismagius. I am holding out of the edge of my seat, folks. Energy Ball comes through, kills the Vaporeon. Talos is in the lead. A 3-1 lead. Gunk Shot comes through, resists the Gunk Shot. The Mismagius, though, is going to die next turn. Goes for the Hex, boxing down to 31%. Sets up spikes on his side of the field. Smart plays were made. In comes the Minior. But in comes the Pansimian itself. This is not looking to be a good too many mistakes were made indeed. And I believe that's going to be game. And with that, Talos Knight will move on into finals, knocking King Angel down into losers bracket. And with that, folks, we now move on to losers bracket. And now, first up in losers bracket, we have Doing the Jukes versus Deathly Creeper. Alrighty, here we are in losers bracket right now. Goes for the U-turn. Switches out into the Mismagius. Sets up with the Toxic. spikes. Goes for the Thunderbolt, does not do enough damage. Goes for the Psychic, that does enough damage. This man is setting up the side of the field. Goes for Thunderbolt, kills the Garbiter. Yes, they have, Scorpion Queen. Yes, they have. The Incineroar comes out. Again, no Intimidate Incineroar, which is a very bold strategy to go for. Out comes the Blastoise, takes full toxic damage, and a couple of spikes damage as well. Switches it into the Semi-Toad, goes for Rapid Spin, gets rid of all the spikes on his side of the field. Goes for the Yawn, tries to put this man to sleep. Ice Punch comes through, does not do much though. The Guava Berry comes through, heals this man's Blastoists, bringing him back up to 72%. Switches into the Magius. Switches into the Pansimian. Doesn't want the Semi-Toad to fall asleep. Goes for the Protect. Ooh, goes for the Heal Bell to heal the Blastoise. Smart play from Jukes. Really smart play. Was not expecting that. Goes for the Z-Power move. Gigabolt Havoc. Knocks him down to 38% health. Does get a Toxic off, though, unfortunately. Goes for Psychic. Knocks out the Pansimian. And is now going to take Toxic damage. In comes the Steelix. At full health, probably has Sturdy, but also probably has stuff that's set up on his side of the field. In comes the Shadow Ball, goes for Earthquake, but does not land because the Miss Magius has Levitate. In comes the Shadow Ball, does not land. Steelix is going to heal, but the Miss Magius is taking increasing toxic damage. Goes for the Heal Bell, though, goes for Ice Fang. Does knock him down to 5%, though. Any next move that could hit the Miss Magius will knock it out indefinitely. Shadow Ball comes through, lowers the special defense, but the Aqua Tail comes through, knocking down the Miss Magius. And thus, that is a first lost on Jukes' side. In comes the Blastoise one more time with fully cured Poison. Goes for Protect. Goes for Yawn, and it does get protected from the Yawn, which is good. Goes for Aura Sphere, knocks out the Steelix. And then the Semi-Toad comes out. Goes for Yawn one more time on the Semi-Toad. Goes for Power Up Punch to increase his attack, which is probably a smart play to go for. However, the Drowsy is going to take effect next turn. If he switches out, then he should be good. However, if he stays in, he can still do enough damage to the Blastoise. But he does switch out into the Comfey. Goes for Aura Sphere. It is resisted because it is a Fairy type. Goes for Petal Blizzard. Loses its attack. It doesn't lose its attack. Lost 25% of its health. Goes for Surf. Petal Blizzard comes through again. Goes for Yawn to try to put the Comfey to sleep. Switches out into the Semi-Toad. Goes for Surf again. Bringing it down. That did a considerably a large amount of damage. And that kills the Semi-Toad. Comfey comes out one more time. Goes for Petal Blizzard again. Knocking out another mon of Jukes. The Intimidate Incineroar comes in, though. Goes for the Fake Out. Flinches the Comfey. Thunder Punch comes through. Doesn't do enough damage to kill. The Dazzling Gleam comes through. Ooh, but the red card forces the switch out. Goes for U-turn on the Incineroar. Switches into Gallade. Takes the Acrobatics damage, knocking him down to 42% health. Switches into the Glalie. Knocks it down to 78% health. Mega Evolves, goes for Earthquake. Doesn't kill the Incineroar, but the Incineroar does go for Flamethrower, knocking out the Glalie. Switches into Nico, the Chinchino. Goes for Rock Blast, and Rock Blast is going to come through, kill the Incineroar. And I believe this is going to be game right here, unless the Comfey can make a huge comeback right now. Goes for Synthesis, but the Bullet Seed comes through, knocking him down to 31% health. Keeps on going for Synthesis, goes for U-turn, switches out into Glalie, the Gallant. Goes for Psycho Cut, knocks him down to 20%. Petal Blizzard comes through. Goes for Synthesis, brings him back up to 70. Knocks him down back to 20. If the Glalie lands a critical hit Psycho Cut, that's going to be all she wrote. Constantly going for the increased health, because that is all he can do. And there's the crit, folks. And that is going to be game. Doing the Jukes is going to move up in losers. And unfortunately, Deathly Creeper is out of the tournament. But still, GG to everyone's matches. Congratulations to everyone who has played so far. Really do appreciate it. And with that, Jukes moves on up into losers round 3. But with that, we now go into losers round 2, match number 7. And that is going to be Blazing Torchic versus Draco Fire. Alrighty, here we are with Blazing Torchic against Draco Fire. Alright, the Heliodisc is out first, and the Armando is out first as well. The Volt Switch comes through on the Armando. What is this man going to switch into, though? Switches into Steelix. Misses the Stone Edge, unfortunately. And that could be the thing that costs him. Switches into the Garter. Sets up the Stealth Rocks on Draco's side of the field. Switches into his own Garbodor. Goes for Bulk Up. Goes for Gunk Shock. Does not enough damage as he was hoping it would have done. Switches into the Vivian. Goes for the Drain Punch. Resists it, unfortunately. Goes for Sleep Powder. Puts the Garter to sleep. It looks like this man is going to get ready to set up on him. Switches into the Malamar. Goes for Quiver Dance. Yes, we did see the setup coming. Goes for Bug Buzz. Kills the Malamar because I believe it is quad damage from the bug being super against Psychic and Dark. But now the Audino comes in. Switches into the Steelix. The Audino Mega Evolves. Cures the team of any of its status ailments. Goes for the Automatize, increases his speed. Goes for knockoff. Knocks off the Rocky Helmet, but still takes the Rocky Helmet damage. Goes for Earth Power, doesn't do enough. Knockoff comes through again. Still not doing enough damage because it knocked off the item it had. Goes for Crunch, it resists it. Goes for Wish, which is into Garter. Goes for Knockoff, loses the Black Sludge, so it's not going to heal. And the Audino is now back to 100% health. Misses the Gunk Shot. Keeps on going for Knockoff. Setting up on his opponent's side of the field because he sees the advantage that it has. Goes to the Drain Punch on the Audino. This is a back and forth right now. The Gunk Shot finally comes through, lands on the Audino. The knockoff is still just taking off chips and chips and chips of damage. Switches in the Skunk Tank, takes up the Toxic Spikes, misses the Gunk Shot. Goes for Drain Punch, doesn't do enough to heal. Goes for Crunch. That did a lot of damage, though. Goes for Sucker Punch, knocking out the Garbiter. And the Skunk Tank is now up on the field, being like, what up? I'm here. I'm ready to go. The Typhlosion comes in. Goes for Earthquake. Doesn't do enough to kill. The Crunch comes through. Switches into the Armaldo. Takes the Earthquake damage from that. More Earthquake damage. But they're both going for Earthquake, and that does kill the Typhlosion. Alright, out comes the Helio Disc one more time. Alright, the Mach Punch comes through, almost kills the Helio Disc. Goes for Volt Switch though, however. Switches into the Steelix. Goes for Earth Power, doesn't do enough to kill. Drain Punch comes through. And the Garter is going to heal itself back up. Alright, we're going to see another setup from the Vivian again. Probably going to go for Sleep Powder. Called it. And then next turn, it's probably going to go for Quiver Dance. Switches into the Zangoose. Goes for the Quiver Dance like we called. Zangoose is going to get poisoned because it's going to have the Toxic Boost ability. Misses the Hurricane, unfortunately. Night Slash comes through, does 51% damage, brings it back up to 57 because of leftovers. Goes for the Hurricane. Hurricane lands, kills the Zangoose, and that is all she wrote for that. Sucker Punch comes through. Hurricane misses. Misses the Sucker Punch. Goes for a regular Crunch. Earth Power comes through. Kills the Skunk Tank. In comes the Sleeping Garter. Switches in the Helio Disc. Don't know what this man is planning. Goes for Surf. Wakes up. Goes for Mach Punch. Switches into the Vivian. Goes for Mach Punch again. Does not do enough damage. Puts the man back to sleep just to throw it in his face that he could win this all. Bug Buzz comes through. Knocks him down to 2%. And I believe this is going to be game right here. Bug Buzz comes through, kills, lands, GG, and that is all she wrote. Draco Fire, you are out of the tournament, but thank you for participating anyway, my dude. And Blazing Torchic is going to move up into losers round 3. Alrighty, and with that, we are now in losers round 3, match number 9, and that is going to be Doing the Jukes versus Blazing Torchic. I repeat myself again, that is going to be Doing the Jukes versus Blazing Torchic. Alrighty, here we are. Doing the Jukes versus Blazing Torchic. Alrighty. The Blastoise comes out up against the Steelix. That is a pretty good turn 1 pick for Jukes. Aura Sphere is going to come through. Hits the Heliodisc with enough damage. Aura Sphere comes through again. Doesn't do enough to kill. Switches out into the Mismagius. Takes the Gunk Shot attack. Switches out into the Steelix. Takes the Shadow Ball hit. Shadow Ball one more time. Takes down the Steelix. Heliodisc comes in again. But who's going to outspeed Hoot here? Oof. Right there, the Heliodisc was faster than the Mismagius. In comes the Cinccino. Cinccino, whatever, Cinccino. Goes for the Volt Switch. Switches out into the Garbodor. Goes for U-turn. And he's going to switch out into the Glalie. Goes for the Drain Punch. It is resisted because it is also a fighting type. Goes for the Psycho Cut. Lands the Psycho Cut. Misses the Gunk Shot. And that right there is going to cost him the Garbodor. Ooh, but he switches out into the Vivian to take that Psycho Cut attack. Switches into the Incineroar, gets the Intimidate off, lands the Sleep Powder. And now this man's going to switch. Oh, switches into the Typhlosion. Goes for Earthquake, doesn't do enough damage to kill, but the red card does force him to switch out. U-turn comes through, wakes up, and switches into the Gallade. The plays were made, my dudes. Goes for Z Sub-Zero Slammer. Interesting choice, but oof. That seemed like it was a misclick on his part. Alright, the Obama Snow comes out, brings up the Hail. Ooh, knocks him down to 4%, but does not kill. Blizzard comes through, knocks him down to 3%, and the freeze gets off. And then it dies because of the hail. Oh my god. Ice Shard comes through, knocks it down to 11%. U-turn comes through. Switches out into Incineroar, but the Intimidate's not going to get off because there's nothing on his side of the field. This is so much to deal with. Typhlosion's out. Killed by the Earthquake. In comes this Cinccino. Rock Blast is going to come through, be super effective, all 5 hits. Well, it's going to be 4 hits, but we know that it's going to have the ability on it. Alrighty. We're coming down to the wire. The Tail Slap misses. Would have been better off going for Rock Blast. We're down to 2-2. Nom Nom is out. The Glalie. Dark Pulse comes through, takes down the Helio Disc. Return comes through, and that's going to be the GG right there, folks. Plays were made. Things were done. And with that, Jukes will move on to losers round 4. And that will bring us to the penultimate match. And that is doing the Jukes versus King Angel. Will King Angel win this losers round 4 to make it back up against Talos for the rematch of the tournament? Or will Jukes, a man who lost in round 2, who climbed his way back up to losers, be able to take on Talos for the crown of tournament champion? It really does all come down to this, folks. I'm so on the edge of my seat and just so like meh that I can't even. And Talos did take out Jukes, so again, this is going to still be another rematch of the century. Oh my god. Alrighty. Jukes Anime Season 2. That is true, the 3 rivals are back. Alright, the Galele versus the Pam Simeon goes for knockoff, gets rid. It had the Z Crystal, so the knockoff didn't truly work. That is right. My god. Oh my god. The Zatu comes out, takes the cycle cut. Goes for the Z Power Ice move. Smart play. Smart play. Gets the Stone Edge, knocks out the Galele. The Glade, I meant. With that, the Chinchino comes in, goes for Rock Blast. Doesn't do enough. It might do enough to... Nah, probably not. Was one attack off from going for the kill. Miss Magus comes in, takes the close combat attack because it is immune. Switches out into the Garbiter. Resists the Energy Ball. Goes for Shadow Ball, knocks down the 44. Goes for spikes. This man is setting up on his side of the field. Anything he switches into is going to take a spike damage. Except for Miss Magius, but that's already out on the field. Goes for Shadow Ball, knocks down to 3%. Goes for the Gunk Shot. That resists it, but knocks him down to 32%. Shadow Ball one more time, kills the Garbiter, thus making it a 2-1 lead for Jukes. In comes the Vaporeon. Goes for Energy Ball. What plays were made, knocks him down to 50%. Goes for Scald, and that will kill the Miss Magius. And now anything coming in is going to get hit by the spikes, but now comes out the Blastoise, which is probably going to try to get rid of the spikes. Yes, it does. Goes for Rapid Spin, loses the spikes, but now it is poisoned from the Vaporeon. Plays were made there. Goes for the Aura Sphere. And it is now going to be a battle between the 2 water types, but however, King Angel is at an advantage because of the poison from the Toxic. The Chinchino comes back out to the field, goes for U-turn. He's going to switch out into the Galele. Takes the skull damage. Does not get the burn off. Mega goes for Taunt to stop the man from using Toxic. Smart plays. Plays were made. Aerodactyl comes out. Stone Edge comes through. Oh no, the Stone Edge is knocking out all of his mons left to right. Chinchino comes out. Stone Edge comes through. Tries to get the Intimidate off. Goes for Fake Out. The Fake Out the Aerodactyl. Gets the Flinch off. Misses the Stone Edge. Gets hit with the Iron Head. Knocks him down to 2%. This could be all she wrote. Stone Edge comes through, knocks him down to 2%, switches out the red card, goes for the Iron Head. Darkness Lariat comes through. Vaporeon comes out. Misses, doesn't go for the fake out. Because I'm pretty sure that's all he could do. And with that, Jukes is unfortunately eliminated. And with that, King Angel is going to move on back into the finals. And with that, folks, we are here at the final match. The final round. Round 12 finals. We have Talos Knight, a man who has climbed all the way up in winners. And King Angel, a man who was taken out in semifinals only to win one round in losers to come back into finals for the deciding match of who is going to win the 8th KPST. Will it be Talos Knight or King Angel? Will the king reclaim his throne, or will the knight stand triumphant? You two already have each other's names. I don't even need to post it to you two. And here we are. Out comes the Mismagius, and out comes the Pansimian. Pansimian goes for knockoff. Kills the Mismagius. Turn 1. Oh! King Angel's not playing around. Ace the Selgor is out. Alright, see you later, Jukes. Talk about anime comebacks, my dude. Focus Blast comes through on the Aerodactyl. Stone Edge does land, but lives because of the sash. Goes for Focus Blast one more time, kills the Aerodactyl. But now comes in the Delmise. Goes for Bug Buzz, knocks it in the 42. Rapid Spin comes out, gets rid of the spikes, kills the Excelgor. Thus giving King Angel the 2-1 lead. In comes the Minior. Goes for Shell Smash. Increases attack and speed. Gets hit with the White Herb. Z power move coming in. Bloom Doom knocks him out though. Damn. Hitmontop coming out. Goes for the Toxic. Power Whip comes through. Knocks down to 48%. Goes for Mach Punch, but is immune because it is a Ghost type. Power Whip comes through. Alrighty. The Power Whip comes through. Knocks it down to 73. Goes for Iron Head, kills the Delmise. It is now a 4-2 lead for King Angel. Switches into the Semitoad, takes the close combat damage. But that might not be good for him. This might be it. And folks, that is it right there. King Angel, the man made a comeback. The king reclaimed his throne. And with that, folks, that is the end of the tournament. What was that? And there you have it, folks. The Supreme Champion, King Angel, worthy adversary, Talos Knight, and then, maybe next time, doing the Jukes. But honestly, you know what, folks? That isn't it. That is not the end of this match. Because now it is time probably not to. I'm not entirely sure. They don't really record 4th place. I guess you could say Blazing Torchic technically was 4th. But yes, no, it is time. All right. Ooh. Oh, that crit made it good. All right. Well played moves right there. Ooh, so close. I am not doing good. And out comes the Garbiter. Ooh. Hit with the Aftermath and the Rocky Helmet. Damn, 2 Rocky Helmets in a row. Goes for the Z power. Okay. Oh, lives on 1%. Damn. GG, my dude. That was close match. GG. Alrighty. I wasn't expecting you to live with on that 1%, my dude. But yes, although I will have to say, King Angel, congratulations for winning the 8th KPST, my dude. Please message me on Discord, so that way we can talk, so that way we can give you your prizes for the tournament. Because, my dude, you have received... First of all, let me just switch over to this screen and just say thank you to everyone who participated. I really do appreciate it. I sat here with the lights off, but Angel, congratulations, my dude. Please message me on Discord with your address information stuff so we can be able to send you the KPST Tournament Champion prize, which, by the way, we're going to do something very special for this prize winning. Because you did have a comeback on the shirt, besides having the logo and your name on it, we're also going to put on the anime comeback logo on that as well. So that way you have the an exclusive KPST tournament winning shirt with the anime comeback logo in it as well, my dude. And with that, you are the 8th KPST tournament champion. And with that, that'll give you automatic entry into the KPST tournament, the KPST Champions Tournament coming in March, my dude. Which means that you don't even have to participate in the 9th tournament, because the 9th tournament is going to be for everyone who didn't win any of the tournaments. Technically, no, the next tournament isn't the Champions Tournament. The next tournament is the, I guess you could say it's kind of like the Losers Champion Tournament, where the top 4 teams of the next tournament will be able to go into the Champions Tournament. That is true. Angel is a 2-time winning champion. I forgot about that. But that is why we do this 9th tournament. Because now I have to figure out how many people it's going to take to be able to go into the champion tournament. That is why we are doing a 9th one with a variant on either top 4 or top 3, depending on how many people we're going to have for the champion tournament. The next one, I'm going to try to make it for December, because I'm taking off in December again, so I'm going to have more time to be able to do something for then. I do not know the tier that we're going to do yet, so please don't ask me for that. I still have to figure that out myself. But yes, we will definitely try to contact all of the past champions. But anyway, my dudes, that is going to be it for right now. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you guys so much for coming out. You guys are all awesome and amazing. Thank you for everyone who participated in this tournament. You guys are all awesome and amazing. I appreciate every single one of you. And I can't stress enough how much doing these tournaments means to me, and how much I see that it means to you guys. And I know that you guys love doing these tournaments, getting the prizes, being able to play. It's so much fun. And no problem, everyone. It is my pleasure to be able to hold these for you guys, because I see that you guys do enjoy these tournaments. Better than last time. But yeah. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'm either gonna go live later, or I'm gonna be on Jerry's channel later when he does his stream extravaganza. So I will see you guys either back on this channel or on Jerry's channel. But with that, my dudes, I'm gonna get up out of here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And again, thank you so much for everyone who watches my channel, participates in these things, and just has an awesome time. I am KrimsonKreamer, and as always, my dudes, good gaming, God bless, go beyond, and keep on keeping on. Have a good day.